محمد وعلى آله وصحابته أجمعين. أما بعد، رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Alhamdulillah, big ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In a day of Jum'ah, dear brothers, it is an offer from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hadith reported that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if you are to clean yourself and come early in the masjid, be closer to the imam, listen to the khutbah, and finish for every one step that you take from home. Every one step. 1 year of fasting and 1 year of qiyamul layl. This is big ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you take 100 steps, it means 100 years of fasting and 100 years of qiyamul layl. Hadith sahih. This is big offer from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because of the ummah of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Our life is very short. 60, 70 years, أعمار أمتي ما بين 60 و70, and very few that will pass. Therefore, alhamdulillah, dear brothers, big ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase it. Therefore, my dear brothers, continuously around the world, the khutbah is about our brothers and sisters who have been bombarded left, right, and center, losing their lives. Let me give you very simple statistics so that you can understand what is happening. Over 50 masajid have been destroyed. Over 40% of all Gaza is either damaged or destroyed completely. 40%. When they say 40% of UK, it means the whole of Manchester is gone. Over 7,000 people have been killed. Majority are innocent people. Out of 7,000 people who have been killed, over 3,000 are children, babies, small babies, mothers. They said over 60% who have been killed are women and children. Churches have been destroyed. Masajid have been destroyed. Wallahi, one brother was explaining and saying, wherever you move now, you can smell death. Bodies under the rubble. Not even a chance to remove, another bomb is coming. Alhamdulillah, we are very lucky that we are coming to the masjid now to pray, knowing inshallah we will be going home safely. Our brothers, when they go into the masjid there, they do not know that they will leave that masjid. They're still going. Some of them are amazed. How are these people very, very strong? Dying left, right, center, but they say somebody comes out of the rubble and everything, lost a hand, lost a family. They say, Alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. Thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, my dear brothers, what is the reason? What can we do? The most and the least that we can do is dua. Ad-du'a'u silahul mu'min. The dua that we have, let's use it left, right, center, daily in every salat, when we are walking, when we are praying, whenever. At the very least, we cannot send water, we cannot send medicine, we cannot send anything. The least we have direct contact to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has the power of everything and everyone. Inna Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir. Fir'aun, my dear brothers, was superpower of his time. He even claimed to be God of that time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shown us how he was destroyed. Others, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown us. Therefore, my dear brothers, the most important thing, we can see what is happening and what is the reason why we are very weak as the ummah. Why we are very weak. That is the khutbah today. What is happening to us? We cannot do anything almost. Apart from dua, and some of us cannot even read that dua. Therefore, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, dear brothers, he's given two main reasons 1,400 years ago. He said, time will come when the believers, the enemies, will do whatever they want to them. Destroy them, kill them, nothing will happen. He said the main two reasons is hubbud dunya, the love of dunya has entered their heart. The love of dunya and hating death completely has entered their heart. When that enters your heart, my dear brothers, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to an extent, hadith reported by Sayyidina Abi Sa'id al-Khudri radiyallahu anhu ardah, he said, لَتَتَّبِعُنَّ سُنَّنَ مَنْ قَبْلَكُمْ شِبْرًا شِبْرًا وَذِرَاعًا ذِرَاعًا. You will follow the sunnahs of those, the ways of those before you, step by step, even if they were to go in a hole committing bad things, you'll still do it. The Sahaba said, who are we going to be following and imitating? Al-Yahudu wal-Nasara said, are we going to be copying them, whatever they do? The Prophet said, Faman, if it is not them, who are you going to be copying? Look at our children. Look at our wives. Today they're wearing clothes. Kasiyatun ariyat. Look at our children, my dear brothers. Some on drugs. Some in clubs. Others in prisons. Do you know the enemy, the Fir'aun of this ummah was Abu Jahl? Do you know who killed him? Two small, 15 years old children. Their mother said he, the biggest enemy, has been saying bad things about the Prophet ﷺ. You should never return home until you finish it. They went in the battle with their brothers. They said to one of the big Sahabas, where is Abu Jahl? Where is he? He said, why do you want him? He said, no. He said, where is he? He said, our mother said, you should not be coming back home until you finish him. He said, there he is. They went in the battle, were not looking for anything until they found Abu Jahl and finished him. Those were the children of the Sahabas. Look at our children. The state of our children. Subhanallah, dear brothers. Some, their hairs, you could not even understand how they're cutting them. Others, either selling drugs, using drugs, in clubs, enjoying girlfriends, boyfriends, this, that, and the other. Therefore, my dear brothers, it is extremely difficult. And also look at the state of this ummah and the Sahabas, my dear brothers. Look at them and look at us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them nasr when they've given everything to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When they when they did not take the commandments, when they did not take the instruction of the Prophet ﷺ. In the battle of Uhud, they did not take the instruction. The Prophet ﷺ put them on top of the mountain, said, do not get down. Under no circumstances should you come down, whether we win or lose. Do not. When they won, the Sahabas got Nasr and everything. The Prophet ﷺ got Nasr. They did not listen to the instruction of the Prophet ﷺ. They came down and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taken the Nasr away. Even the Prophet ﷺ was injured. Even the Prophet ﷺ was bleeding. So when we do not have Allah on our side, dear brothers, then that is the difficult part. When we have connection with this dunya, when we have dunya and dunya, therefore it is extremely problematic, my dear brothers. Muslims, look at them today, my dear brothers. Muslims should be united. The Prophet ﷺ said, Kunu ibadallahi ikhwana. Be brothers. Look at us, are we brothers? This one does not talk to this one. This family member does not talk to that one. This neighbor does not speak to that one. This Muslim says this is from that group. That is kafir. That is mushrik. This one is this. The rule that they have is divide, then rule. When there is unity, you cannot rule people who are united. A father has given his son a stick. He said, break this, my son. He broke the stick. He said, take two, break them. He was struggling, but he broke them. He said, take three. He was struggling. 4, 5, now break them. He said, unbreakable. Look, today, my dear brothers, at us, around Middle East, we have over 22 Islamic governments in that particular area. Look at those. At least we should be learning from others. Look at the EU. We are in Europe, alhamdulillah. Look, 27 countries, they use one single currency. The borders are open. Move here, go there, hospital here, your difficulties here. Unity is strength. When you are divided, anyone can come in between you. America, 52 states, they came together. NATO, the Prophet ﷺ has issued that NATO, the Prophet ﷺ said, all of you like one body, one single body. When one is touched, the whole body should take place. The whole body should react. مثل المؤمنين في توادهم وتعاطفهم. The Prophet ﷺ continued, he said, كمثل الجسد الواحد. It should be like one body. When the teeth is affected, the eyes should not be sleeping. The legs should not be sleeping. But look at us, dear brothers. When we have our weapons, we come together and we go and destroy our brothers and sisters in Yemen. That is when we show our power. Together, go and kill them and everything. Therefore, my dear brothers, what if we have that unity? We have that love between one another. Those nations, they were to come together. helping one another. But unfortunately, each and every one of us have become so weak. So weak, we're just watching destruction, death, and everything. Not even dua. Some of us cannot even make dua. It is heartbreaking. You see a small a small baby, a small child, 4 years old. He was being asked in the news, when mama, قتلت, when baba, mat. Small baby who does not even know anything, do not even start school, but telling you the mother has been killed, the father has been killed. What future? One of them told, how is it living in Gaza? He said, we are born dead already. Now even whenever we move outside, we smell death. Therefore, my dear brother, the most important thing, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you want victory, if you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said help, in tansurullaha yansurukum. وَمَا النَّصْرُ إِلَّا مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ. Help will not come except from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to correct our relationship with Allah. Look at our salat. Alhamdulillah, the masjid is full. What about salat al-fajr? What about salat al-jama'ah? What about your wife does not pray? What about your children who do not pray? And others, subhanallah. People do not even worry. It does not bother them. That is why it affects our life now. إضاعة الصلاة. ضعف الإيمان في قلوبنا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, promise, إِنَّا لَنَنْصُرُ رُسُلَنَا وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا. And those who are iman, yaqeen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown us a big army around the time of the Sahabas. An army of 200,000. The Sahabas were 3,000. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them nasr. Therefore, my dear brothers, when we do not care about our salat, when we are completely divided, enemies of one another, destroying one another, and then when we do not even have knowledge to make all these things, others are preparing, uniting, becoming together, helping one another, while we are just watching and watching. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَا تَهِنُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا وَأَنْتُمُ الْأَعْلَوْنَا. But He's put a condition, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إِن كُنْتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. If you have firm yaqeen, firm iman, you follow your salat, you do what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, always you'll be on the high. Victory will always be yours. Therefore, wahdatul saf, becoming together, putting our differences aside. One small difference a Muslim brother will have, will forget the 99 things that unite us. Our qibla is the same, our fasting is the same, our prophet is the same, our Quran is the same, our salat, raka'at, salatul janazah, all of them. But because of one small thing, we do not speak to one another. A father does not speak to his son. You do not speak to your neighbor and others. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us, dear brothers. It is extremely difficult. Life has become unbearable. But we have to return to Allah first. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, His promise, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not just automatically bring nasr while we do not care about our salat, while we do not care about eating haram. The Prophet ﷺ said, you will raise your hands, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, Ya Rabbi, وَمَطْعَمُهُ حَرَامٌ وَمَشْرَبُهُ حَرَامٌ. Your food, your earning is haram, your clothing is haram. The Prophet ﷺ continued the hadith, he said, فَأَنَّا يُسْتَجَابُ لَهُ. How will Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take that dua? We do not care whether it is halal, whether it is haram, where is the money coming from and everything. Therefore, if we want Allah, the condition, in tansurullaha, if you give nusra to the deen of Allah, yansurukum wa yuthabbit aqdamakum. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us nasr. Therefore, an-nasr lil mu'mineen. But when we have connection with Allah, we have seen the story of the Sahabas, when they cut the connection with Allah in the battle of Uhud, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown them over 70 Sahabas were killed. The Prophet was injured, the Sahabas were running. But when in the battle of Badr, 313 Sahabas, over 1,000 enemies well prepared, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown them, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them nasr. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give nasr to ummah inshallah ta'ala. Those who have been injured, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them quick recovery. And those who have passed away, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept them in shuhada. And those who are, the bombs are raining on top of them, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ease the situation. Inna ma'al usri yusra. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us also to come close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to correct our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In tansurullaha yansurukum. ويثبت أقدامكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.